Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it's the 8th day of the month of Julius, and it's a Tears Day, and the moon is really almost full. It's like really almost full. So we may as well consider it full at this point, but it's almost full. So let's see what message wants to come through today. We have the Elder Futhark on birch wood. So let's see. You know what happened this morning? Let me just do the message first. So this is the message for whatever. This is the message for whoever this message is for. This is for whenever you find this video, and this is the message that wants to come through today. What message wants to come through today? So you know what happened to me this morning? Well, happened to our household this morning is a squirrel got into our air conditioning tube. Why? I mean, they do this. It's not like we had one like several years ago who did it. It was a really naughty squirrel. Like this squirrel that did this a couple years ago, like several years ago, because it was a while ago. And she got really mad that we wouldn't let her do it, and then she started pulling apart our window screens. She'd get right in there and start pulling on them. And so we have patches on our window screens because of that really naughty squirrel from that while back. This one I think is just really young. So, because we saw it and it's a small black squirrel. That one that was really naughty several years ago was a gray and brown squirrel. They're all gray squirrels technically, like taxonomically, but in Toronto we have the melanistic black squirrels, which is very exciting because they look really cool. And so, but you don't realize because this is where you are. And I love finding out about everybody's everyday wherever they are. And this is one of the things that I was able to share that is my everyday, because generally you don't see the melanistic black squirrels. So anyway, but yeah, so I don't know what we're going to have to put like something up on I can't believe it. It's like, why would they do it? Well, I know why they would do it, but it's like, ooh, a new tunnel. I can put, the one before was actually putting nuts in our air conditioning tube and then was trying to expand it. So she was really destructive. This one, I don't know. So anyway, but I'm here to do a reading for you. So enough about squirrels. Excuse me. This is the central issue for the message that wants to come through today, which is Kaunas reversed. Kaunas is the rune of the torch or the fire. And this has to do with when it's upright, it's an expansion of focus. You're shining a torch into a thing area and you're expanding your focus. So, because it's something that starts small like an ember and goes into a blaze. But when it's reversed, it becomes like a honing of focus and an elimination of distraction. And in a more negative spot, sometimes it will speak of like a reducing of options, like a reduction of options. But in this case, it's on the path line. It's in the central issue spot. So, excuse me. So basically, I'm seeing this as a honing of focus at the moment. Leading up, we have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. This has to do with patience, slow growth, slow development, taking things step by step. And so you've had this long journey up until this point. You've been taking things very carefully, step by step, patiently. And now you've reached a point where you need to really hone your focus more than before. Like before, it was just like almost leisurely, but it was like you were doing this carefully every day, like every little bit. But now you're in a situation where you now need to really, really focus your focus. You focus your focus. Hone that focus, because your goal, and I'm going to spoiler this, is home. Your goal is like a whole, it's like a situation where you're going to feel very, very comfortable, and you're going to feel very protected, and you're going to feel solace and sanctuary. So that's what you're going towards, just to read the path line first. What is going to help you at this one stage where you are honing your focus? We have Thurizaz reversed and we have Yira. So for Thurizaz reversed, it's all about embracing this challenge, which is basically, it looks like the final challenge, that final push before you get to where you've been pushing towards all along. So it's that basic it's like we have to just do this final push. And so you're embracing this, even though it feels, oh, actually, you know what? This is not reversed. 3,000 is upright. So it's great. It's like a threshold. Because part of the threshold, just the easy open threshold, is the fact that once you step across it, everything's going to be different. It's the final thing. So there is a bit of dauntingness to that, which you're going to see here when we talk about what isn't helping. But the fact is, what's going to help is just cross that threshold. I know you have the momentum and just sort of your mindset from getting there. And when you cross this threshold, you'll be like being there. So that's the first thing that's going to help. The thing that's going to help that even is the fact that you are seeing results right away. And also now is the time. So we have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. It is basically putting you into the present moment. It is bringing things through. So you're basically already seeing the results of what you're doing very, very strongly. In fact, you are seeing the threshold in front of you at this point. You've reached it. You're basically almost there, and you have just a little bit of more push to do to get there, to get across that line. And you're really focusing into that, I feel like saying into the keyhole of that door, although the door is open. So focusing on the challenge that you've put yourself, this is not the time to be distracted. Like, this is the time to push all the way through, because on the other side of that is the home you've been pushing towards. So keep yourself focused on the present. Keep bringing things through that you need to be bringing through for this. Keep working on that harvest, and that will help you to cross that threshold, which is in front of you now, which is very exciting. And you have to really, really keep your focus on it to get there, but it's right there. What isn't going to help is we have the blank rune and we have Ava's reversed. So this is why I was saying what I was saying earlier. You may feel a bit murky, you may feel a little bit distracted, but you also are worried about the unknown. And so when we worry about that, especially when we're facing the final push of a thing and where everything is going to be different afterwards, we might, even just like our brains, our minds might just sort of say, no, I don't want things to change. So because I'm worried about what it's going to be like after we change everything, and it's an unknown, and I'm worried about that. So that's actually something that that you have to worry about, that you have to watch out for, because it is a worry that might distract you from being undistracted, which is what this is, like really, really focusing on this. So this might drag you away from that focus, just as a sort of a, how do I put this? Like a self-defense thing is put in place by the ego, who doesn't want anything to change. And so similarly, ultimately, it's this sense of like, no, we don't want anything to change. We want everything to stay the same, and we're not moving. And so we have the upside down horse here. We have Ava's, which is reversed in this spot. So the horse has to do with movement and also spirit. What is not going to help you is just basically lying down and giving up at this point. It's like, nope, can't do it. It's different. I don't want to be where it's different, because different's scary. And that's natural to feel that way, but you've worked so hard and for so long. Look at this journey. This is a long freaking journey that you've taken. You've taken it step by step. You've been very, very careful. And now you're in this final push. You're honing your focus. This is not the time to allow yourself to get distracted. This is not the time to allow yourself to succumb to the worries about everything's going to be different and I'm scared of that, which acknowledge it for sure, but definitely don't give up. Bring yourself back up to this. Like, no, this is the challenge that I've been pushing towards all along. I can see the finish line. I'm really excited about it. And I've been seeing the fruits of my labors, the results, the fruits of my labors of everything that I've done so far. It's fantastic, and it's nourishing me, and it's really, really good. And I know that there's only more of that on the other side of this threshold. So, of course, the outcome, hopefully you will get there through this and not through that. But if you do, that you're still going to get there. It's just going to be a little bit less. You'll be like, you'll arrive there and go, oh, here I am. But if you face it and you just like step over that threshold and be like willful about it, with great focus, you will find yourself, either way, you're going to find yourself where you've been going all along. You've been pushing towards, that you've been very patiently taking each careful step towards all this time. You are now in the final push and to get there, and then you are going to be there. It's really, really close. It's like literally on the other side of the door that you are standing at the moment. So that's very exciting. So that is your message that wanted to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.